What's going on, everyone? Back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Pool B of the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. We just finished with Pool A. Obviously, very good matchups, very good games as Nicaragua and Chinese Taipei get into that one. Now let's go over Pool B. I think this is the more interesting group. I'm personally a fan of this group, in my opinion, and we're going to talk about how these teams got here, the rosters, who I think is going to win, all that good stuff. So let's go over how these teams got here. Obviously, Colombia and China came from the 2023 World Baseball Classic. They obviously finished last in their pools, so that's how they end up being here. And then once again, Germany and Brazil, we imagine they're selected, and plus I think both of these teams have been in previous qualifiers before. Obviously Germany hosted the 2022 ones, so that's where they were. I think Brazil was there as well, but they didn't really play as good as they probably should have. So we can see the rankings. I mean, 23, 20, 17, 13. I think this is a good pool. I think all these are deserved, to be honest. Yeah, there's still a couple other countries you could have picked instead of Brazil, but I feel like they're the best one, to be honest. So that's how we got all these teams. Let's go over these teams' rosters because they're very interesting on how they're constructed. All right, so we're gonna start with Brazil's roster right here. We can obviously take a look at all their players that they have on this team, and there's definitely a lot of them. They all come from different backgrounds, right? I mean, we got a lot of guys. We got some players in the Mexican Baseball League. We got a lot of them in the Brazilian Baseball Championship, which is the main league over there. We have a guy in the NCA. We got some Australian baseball players. We got the minor leagues in Japan, and then we also have one of the independent leagues in the Frontier League also on here, and some other leagues like this Challenge League, which is also the minor league. So probably the most excited player I'm personally excited to see is Dante Bichette Jr., obviously the brother of Bo Bichette. So I'm very excited to see how he does. He's currently listed as a free agent, but I know he's got this nice green flowy hair, so I'm excited to see how he's going to do, to be honest. This team is a mix. Obviously, most of the team is from Brazil. We got a couple Americans on this team. We got two from Japan and then one from Venezuela. So definitely an interesting constructed roster. I'm excited to see how they do. I don't really know how they're going to do, but I'm definitely excited to watch them play. Let's move down to China's roster. China has not looked good in the World Baseball Classic at all. Obviously, most of their players are going to be from China and in the China National Baseball League, as you guys can see right here. We had a couple guys from America on this team. You know, with guys in Major League Baseball. We got a guy in Division 2. We also got a guy in the American Association, which is another independent baseball league. So definitely a mix of players we have here, and I think most people have no idea how this team is going to perform, to be honest. I certainly am unsure. They just don't look good in international play. They've looked good in some of the Asian tournaments that they've been in, but on the international stage, they haven't really been good. So definitely interesting to see how they're going to perform in this whole qualifier moving forward, but I'm not really too confident in China. So I think one of the favorites in this group is going to be Team Colombia, and they did have some updates on this roster. They had some replacements, as we can see right here. We got a couple guys getting replaced. Jorge Alfaro getting replaced was obviously not ideal for them. He was a really good player. But as we can see, this team is stacked of kind of major league talent as well. But you see guys like Jose Quintana, obviously played for the Mets last season, really good player. Luis Escobar has also played in the major leagues as well. And we got a lot of guys in the minors on this team and around the world, which is definitely solid. I think a lot of these players will be good. Like, I think Gio Urshela is going to be one of their main pieces, right? He's been in the league a while, played on the Yankees, now he's on the A's. I've heard Michael Aurora a little bit in the Seattle system and Jose Ramos in the Giants system. So there's a lot of talent on this team, right? I think this is the big thing about this squad is they're going to be really good with a lot of guys in the major leagues, which as we know is the best league in the world. And there's no bias because, you know, guys come from other countries to come here. So that's how you could tell it's the best league in the world. But yeah, definitely interesting to see how this team does. They're definitely my favorites in this group as well, just because they have the best talent, I think. But definitely excited to see how they play moving forward. Now going over to the last team is Germany. Now Germany once again has an interesting roster. Once again, a lot of these guys are in the Bundesliga, which is the main league in Germany, by the way. But we got a lot of guys playing independent ball. We can see the MLB Draft League. We can see the American Association. We had a couple guys in the NCA, which is pretty cool. We got the Australian Baseball League is also on here, and then we have one guy in the Major League system. The nationalities are all over the place, by the way. We can see a lot of Germans actually were born in America, obviously coming over. So that is definitely going to help them with some of their talent pool for sure, because more guys should be able to play with them. I'm definitely excited to see how this team does. I mean, we don't know too many names on this squad as of yet, but I think a couple of these guys were in the 2022 the World Baseball Classic, just looking at the names briefly. But I'm definitely excited to see how they perform, and I think they're going to be an interesting team as well. What's up, guys? I've officially launched my own brand. It is called crownculturehq.com. As you guys can see by the website, we are first starting with stickers and socks on there, and we'll be expanding to more items in the future with shirts and pants and all that good stuff. So if you guys want to support me more than just watching the videos and liking the videos, this is where to do it. It will be linked down below in the description. If you would like to make a purchase, it would be greatly appreciated. But with that being said, let's get back to the video. Moving over on to my predictions for Pool B. Me personally, I think Colombia is going to be number one. I think they're on paper, they have the best talent pool out of the teams. So I think Colombia is going to be number one. I can see them going 3-0. I think number two in this pool, I think I'm going to put Germany. I really feel confident in this team moving forward because the teams they did lose to were pretty good teams, especially in 2022. And they also beat some okay squads as well. So I feel like this first game versus China is very winnable for them. Then they play Brazil and then they play Colombia last. So if they can start good against China and then bring that momentum to Brazil, I mean, I feel like they could do very well. And once again, I think Brazil's going to get 3 in this tournament. I feel like the only chance they're really going to beat is China, in my opinion. I don't think China's going to do good. I mean, the international stage, they've looked horrible, so I can't trust them at all. They've looked good in the Asian tournaments and all that stuff, but the international stage, it just hasn't been good for them. That's going to be my pool moving forward. Colombia, Germany, Brazil, and China. And then in the game 7, it would be Germany and Brazil. I really don't know who to take in that one. I mean, in the game 7 in Pool A, we saw Spain initially beat Chinese Taipei, and then Chinese Taipei got them back when it mattered in game 7. So I could really see it going either way. But if I have to choose, I'm probably going to say Germany's going to win that game. I mean, it's just hard for me to tell, but I think Colombia and Germany would be in the World Baseball Classic, and it'd be cool to have them in there for sure. Because me personally, I really don't want China to qualify because they've won 2 games out of the 5 or 6 World Baseball Classics they've been in. I mean, this is the record. They're 2-14 in the 5 classics we have. I mean, that is just insanely horrible. I mean, they've given up 152 runs in 16 games and only scored 28. I mean, that is beyond bad if you're asking me. So I really hope China doesn't qualify. I hope we get some new teams in this tournament because as we have right now, the 18 teams are kind of the same. So I do like to see Brazil or Germany get in there. That's my prediction on this pool. I think Colombia and Germany are going to get in. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.